words, and then we go further.
President of the Senate, my colleagues, I am Senator Dicket Plang, Senator representing Plateau Central Senatorial District. Mr. President of the Senate, my colleagues, I rise to support in its totality this bill moved by His Excellency Senator Adamu Alerio. I am supporting this bill because education is a road to so many economic and progressive variables for our country. And for the fact that this bill have undergone all the legislative processes, I stand by the mover of this bill that we should pay the most necessary attention to see to it that whatever is left for this bill to be done, it should be done, because the advantage of a school does not just belong to a state, it belongs to Nigeria, it belongs to the entire world. When our citizens are well trained, our citizens are well educated, it now means that the entire system will tap from it. So I stand here to support this bill, and I stand to support that whatever step that have been taken as regards to this bill, that we should give total support to it, so that at the end of the day, we will have the Federal University in Kebbi. Thank you.
Well, distinguished Senator Benson, already, as I said, the university is in existence. When we go to the next motion, you speak. I'll allow you to speak first. You and Samson, because there's no need for too much debate here, because the school is already in existence. We just want to have the legal backing. It wasn't even debated in the last Senate, so there's no need for. I think I've said it clearly before now that this is a bill that has been brought in the 9th Senate, but it wasn't signed because of time constraint. Can I have the chamber brief? And the fact that this university is already in existence, has been around for several years, has graduated a lot of our students, and I don't think there's the need for further debate. All I will say is to commend the sponsor of the bill, because what he is doing now, or what he has done, is to kind of make sure that the proper thing is done by creating a enabling law establishing a university, because it's not proper to have an entity as important as a university without a legislation backing it up. So this is a commendable action by Senator Adamu Alerio, and to that respect, let me now put the question that those in favor that this bill now be read the second time, please say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The clerk of the Senate.
Mr. President, distinguished senators, a bill for an act to establish the Federal University building Kebbi State, to ensure equity and access to tertiary education in the country. The university is a conventional university with restricted programs and limited and focused facilities, and for related matters 2024. Second reading.
A bill for an act to establish the Federal University building Kebbi State, to ensure equity and access to tertiary education in the country. The university is a conventional university with restricted programs and limited and focused facilities and for related matters 2024 second reading. Taken. The bill is referred to the Committee on Tertiary Institutions and Third Fund and to report back.
Mr. President, in line with the way we treated other bills that were passed in the 9th Senate, we commit this bill to the Committee of the Whole for the third reading. Already we have done about 3 or 4 like that.
I agree with you, and that's my opinion, but we had a debate here, and it was put to question that we should suspend that aspect of our rules. Clerk, I hope I'm correct. So that has been suspended. It was debated here, so that has been suspended, otherwise we'll have moved forward. So this is the situation, and the leader, I think, can attest to that. It has been suspended, it was put to vote, and I think it's in the Hansard. It was captured in our votes and proceedings. I have the same opinion with you, but when the Senate resolves, nothing I can do. Well, this is something that has been done. I'm sorry. So we'll look at that. So the bill is referred to the Committee on Tertiary Institution and Third Fund and to report back within 4 weeks. Leader, I think you should have a discussion with him to make clarification, to clarify to him.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. President. You have ruled, except that I would just like to say that given the fact that this bill had been passed in the 9th Senate, while agreeing with you, Mr. President, that it was the decision of the Senate, I mean, I was here and I was a part of that decision, but instead of 4 weeks, I believe that the committee can be made to bring the report back much earlier than 4 weeks. That's my only request.
Thank you very much. Secretary, can you facilitate that within 2 weeks? Okay, you can liaise with the chairman to get it fast-tracked. Okay, we change the 4 weeks to 1 week. The leader of the Senate.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, very distinguished senators of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the first order of the day was stepped down while I was attending to some other legislative activities outside of the chamber. And just before we close for the day, I would like to implore Mr. President and our distinguished colleagues that we do please take the first order of the day, which is the presentation and consideration of the conference committee report on the retirement age of legislative officers of the National Assembly, Bill 2024 HB 529. Distinguished senators will recall that the Senate and the House passed different versions of the retirement age of legislative officers of the National Assembly Bill 2024. The conference committee of both houses have met and harmonized the differences in accordance with Senate Standing Order 86. Mr. President, with your permission, I move the motion for the Senate to consider the conference report. I so move, Mr. President.
Majority Leader.
Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, I would like to second the motion assembly moved by the Senate Leader. I so second.
Those in favor of the motion, please say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
Mr. President, may I lay the report? Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, upon further consultation and in view of some other urgent legislative activities that we need to engage in at this time outside of the chamber, I will be moving that the report on the conference committee on the retirement of age of legislative officers of the National Assembly and other related matters actually be stood down to tomorrow, which is the next legislative day.
The Minority Leader.
Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, I would like to support the motion as moved by the Senate Leader. I so second.
Those in favor of the motion, please say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. The Leader will say it.
Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, I stand actually to move at this time that in view of the other legislative activities slated for today and the committee meetings so slated, that we stand down all the other items on the other paper so that we'll be able to attend to other legislative activities outside of the chamber. I so move, Mr. President.
The Minority Leader.
Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, I would like to second the motion that we stand down other items on other paper to enable members to attend to other matters outside the chamber. I so second.
Those in favor of the motion, please say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. The Senate hereby adjourns to tomorrow, Thursday, 14th day of March 2024.